Sorry, what is your name and what car do you drive?
So my name is Johnson Mag, and I drive a '94 Mazda RX-7
Okay, nice.
FD3S.
And what got you into cars in the first place?
I used to love watching Japanese motorsport growing up and all kinds of racing.
Okay.
And I wanted to do it, wanted to get into karting and stuff, but my family was poor. So all I could do was watch from the sidelines, play with toy cars.
Okay.
And then when I graduated high school, I bought my first RX-7 for $500.
And it's this one?
No, it was an FC. It was an FC.
For $500?
Yeah, back when they were cheap.
Good old days. And so, what actually got you interested in this platform in the first place?
So it all happened by a stroke of luck, because all throughout my history of owning rotaries, I've made great friends in the industry. One of them is a really good friend of mine, Chris from Monkey 7 Racing. I've known him since he started at Shoutout, and now he's grown into this big business. And I was building a Time Attack FC at the time, because I wrecked two of them, one at the track and one on the freeway. And so this kind of fell in my lap because he had a car that he built for a customer, partially built, and the customer relocated it and sold it back to him. So he wanted somebody to take it to the next level, make it do its thing, because it was built for NASA SD2. So I took it on, bought it from him, and started my adventure with it. And this was 2015.
And I met a couple of your other brothers already. Who was the first one? You were the first one that...
Yeah, I was the first one, yeah.
You're the guy, you're the one that started.
Yeah, I had an FC, and then I had a T2, right? And then I kind of got my brother interested in it because I was coming home from college with a T2. And then he ended up buying a 91 S5 NA, and then he had a 10th AE. And then that 10th AE got stolen.
Oh, shit.
So he bought another car, and then he graduated college. And then that FC that he has, that you saw earlier, that was actually my car that I bought off another friend as a shell. And I sold it to him, and then we swapped all the parts over from his other turbo kit over to it, and then turned it into what it is now.
That's sick. So at least you're taking some responsibility and helping him out with it.
Yeah, no, like all the adventures that I've been through, like learning how to make my own wiring harnesses, learning how the rotary engine works, how everything works together as a system, and then kind of sharing that knowledge with him, teaching him how wiring basics. And now he builds his own wiring harnesses too. And now I learned how to tune, so I'm doing my own tuning. And I tuned his FD a few years ago, and it still runs great. So yes, and I'm continuing learning more and more skills. Right now I'm learning how to weld. And then now with this PCT swap, I'm going to learn how to complete that integration and maybe have a full package that I can share with other people that want to elevate their vehicles as well.
So having a S13 myself, beginning people were like, don't do it. It's not reliable, this, that, and the other. I started off Honda. I'm sure you probably heard the same, dealing with rotary. What pushed you to keep going and you would listen to it but keep pushing, you know what I mean? What would you give, or what pushed you through it, you know what I mean?
So the rotary engine is, it has a notorious reputation for failures, and honestly it's a very finicky engine. It doesn't tolerate bad tuning, it doesn't tolerate poor part selection. Just a little bit of detonation or knock will destroy an engine pretty easily. So what you gotta do is just understand those limitations and work around it. Okay. Work around it. How I did it was I focused on heat rejection. So every component in the system is oversized for cooling. Then there's wiring and ECU. All your sensors have to be the highest quality. Your wiring has to be the highest quality as well, because their connections matter, especially when it comes to timing. So make sure your timing is perfect, because any little deviation, any little noise that gets into the timing circuit, you can advance or retard the timing, which affects the performance at the minimum, but at the worst, it'll blow your engine. And then next after that, you focus on the fuel system, making the fuel delivery more reliable. And when all that's done, you have the system that works together, and you have an engine that's been through 45 events and hasn't blown yet. It makes 500 horsepower still.
So, adapt to your platform.
Adapt to your platform, understand the limitations, and be willing to make the investment. Because unfortunately, to have a rotary engine be reliable at the track or in the race conditions, you have to put some money in it. You can't trust the OEM wiring harness. You can't trust an older ECU with no engine protections. You can't trust sensors that are that have been disconnected and reconnected a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You have to look at all the little details that go into the system build and make sure that they all work together. And selecting a competent tuner is a vital step as well.
Sick, man. Well, what would be one last thing to someone that might be interested in getting an FD, that's on the fence, or someone that's like trying to keep getting it through, you know what I mean? Because some people can be on the fence. I've been there where it's like, damn dude, I hate this car, but I love it at the same time, you know what I mean? And that's what keeps me chugging along. It's like, I love the platform. People are like, don't do it, you're gonna hate it, it's not like a Honda, this, that, and the other, but it's like, every car is gonna mess up at some point, but the fact that it's a chassis that I love, it's the project that I want, you know what I mean? So what about for you?
So for those that are on the fence, I would recommend learning as much about the platform as you can. Learn about, because it's almost 30 years old, right? So just like any older car, there are going to be a lot of old components in there that are crispy, crunchy, not up to the task. And if you want a reliable car, you want to start there. You want to start the bones, make sure everything's perfect. The aftermarket is very wide for these cars. There's a wide range of ECUs. Y-Wire makes harnesses that are reliable for these cars. A bunch of different people make products that make these cars a lot more reliable. Turbo technology is in its heyday now. But if you want to keep the car stock, the very minimum that I would have you look at is just look at the wiring, look at all your electronic accessories on the engine, like sensors, actuators. Make sure that those are all new, and then just enjoy the car. Make sure your maintenance is on point, and maintain it just like any other car.
Sweet, man. Johnson?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I love your car. I love all that you're doing for the community and your brothers, and just being part of the community.
Yep, thank you.
This is time.
That bounce right here.
So north.
Time to move on. Time to be strong.
All right, let's go back to your shit. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's the homie, right? He's part of the tribe.
Happy to be with him.